Good morning, everybody. Listen, I'm a little under the weather, so pardon my incredibly deep voice today, but we're going to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 today because, first and foremost, let me tell you right now, right off the rip, after what I saw last night, I am so glad that I am skipping Grand Theft Auto 6 on PS5 because, oh, good God, that game is already looking amazing. And I cannot wait to get that thing on PC because Jesus Christ, I cannot believe what I saw yesterday. In the spirit of time and in the spirit of salvaging my voice for whatever's left of it, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the extended look. I mean, it's there for everyone to see now on YouTube. And I think the extended look did a lot of the talking for Rockstar and for Grand Theft Auto 6, right? So, a couple of takeaways. Number one, the game is absolutely gorgeous. And I know that we shouldn't necessarily judge video games based off of how they look because I have played games that don't look nearly as good that are absolutely incredible. And I have played games that look really damn good and are not that great, right? But first of all, Rockstar comes with a certain pedigree, so I'm not really too concerned about the quality of the game. I know it's going to be an incredible game. The game looks stunning. That first opening scene of the extended look walking up to that apartment complex, all the different lighting and the way that lighting is handled per light source. I don't think I've seen any game on console do that just yet. So that shit looks incredible, right? The details and the characters look phenomenal. Everything about this game just literally and visually looks absolutely amazing. And the fact that what was shown yesterday was captured on PS5, dude, I cannot wait to see this on PC. I don't think it's going to look that much better on PC, but I think what will end up happening is that we'll be able to get a little bit more performance out of it compared to. I hope that that say for example PS5 Pro players can get some sort of features that allow them to play at 60 FPS, right? And frames per second isn't everything to me, but there's a certain smoothness I would like to achieve in games, and I think that playing GTA 6 with that quality on a computer is going to help us get to that. And then that might be a PC elitist thing to say. I'm not bashing anyone on console who's playing it. I'm very happy. I sold my PlayStation 5 Pro a couple months back, and I did that knowing that I was not going to be able to play GTA 6 on release, right? And my logic for that is very simple. If I'm going to pay 80 bucks for this game, I'd rather pay 80 bucks for it on the platform that I know I'm going to get the most out of it, technically speaking, right? But that can be a different conversation for a different time. I'm very happy for console players. We're going to get to be able to play that as soon as it drops here shortly and beat me to that experience. But I'm also very excited because what there are some shots in that game, specifically when you meet that older couple in the rooftop bar and you're smoking the cigar with the guy. There were some shots there that look photorealistic, and I know photorealism or saying that something looks photorealistic is a buzzword when it comes to video game visuals, but when you really step back and you look at that shot or those shots actually, it was very difficult for me to discern between this being a video game and this being something that was filmed. This game looks incredible. Takeaway number two for me with what we saw yesterday in the extended look was the gameplay. I think that's the most obvious thing that kind of popped out to me, at least. I intentionally stayed away from social media when the Netflix premiere happened because I didn't want to see people's opinions, and I did not want to run the risk of those opinions on social media potentially influencing me on what I would think of it once I saw it uploaded to YouTube. And I have Netflix, but I was playing Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots on PC. So I wasn't going to stop to watch GTA 6 when I could watch it later on. All right. So, gameplay wise, I did run into one post yesterday before I watched the extended look. And the sentiment of the post was basically that there's nothing different. What was shown is what we've already got with Grand Theft Auto 5. And obviously, a negative, not so happy post. And that person's perfectly entitled to their opinion. I believe that what we saw is indeed what we've already gotten with Grand Theft Auto 5. Gameplay wise, there's not much different. I didn't observe or see anything revolutionary, innovative, or wildly different than what's already been accomplished and done between Grand Theft Auto 5, and Red Dead Redemption 2. However, that said, it doesn't need to be. There doesn't need to be any wild innovation, any new crazy gameplay shtick or gimmick that needs to get added into Grand Theft Auto 5, 6 at all, because they've already found so much success in how those games play that all they needed to do for Grand Theft Auto 6 was simply refine what they've already built upon. And that's exactly what I saw. For example, I've never been a fan of the dot reticle in Grand Theft Auto 5. And I'm sure on PC you can probably mod that. I don't know. Or you can maybe even change it. Not really sure. But I've personally never been a fan of that dot reticle. So when I see the new reticle, I'm like, nice, great quality of life change. I love that. That looks fantastic. Movement looks very fluid. Cover shooting mechanics are right there as they've always been. It looks fantastic. I noticed one clip when Lucia, I can't remember their names, when she's carrying a very large bag on her left arm and a pump shotgun on her right. She's got the bag, so she shoots and she pumps it like this, and she shoots again, and she pumps it like this, and she shoots again. Like those little things are the refinements I would have come to expect from Grand Theft Auto 6. I don't believe that their gameplay needed to be overhauled, changed, innovated upon, or anything like that. I think their gameplay is already tight enough based off of what we got in Red Dead 2 and Grand Theft Auto 5. So I can understand where that person may be coming from as wanting to see innovation and evolution in gameplay. But the truth of the fact of the matter is that if it's not broke, don't fix it. The third takeaway that I have from the extended look of Grand Theft Auto 6 is the voice acting. Now, listen, this takeaway is kind of going to lend itself into my fourth one. One of the things that I've always had a gripe with when it comes to Grand Theft Auto is the over exaggerated accents for the different people that are portrayed in these games. And if you really take a look at what Grand Theft Auto is or was, it's a satirical take on modern times, if you will, for when each one of the games came out. And so, of course, because it's a satire heavy game series, I felt like those accents were exaggerated intentionally to help drive that satire along. And it makes sense and it worked and it was just fine. But the voice acting I heard throughout the extended look, none of it sounded exaggerated. And as a matter of fact, all of it sounded intentional, true to life, true to source as best as it can, I would imagine, and indicative of how Grand Theft Auto will be going forward now that a lot of the original founding members of Rockstar and writers are no longer there. And that helps me kind of transition into my next takeaway. This Grand Theft Auto sounds a lot more mature. I just mentioned that the previous Grand Theft Autos to me were very satirically heavy games, and I think we can all agree on that. But when I watched the extended look for GTA 6, I didn't see or hear any of that satire. I'm sure some of it was present. I think we got a small glimpse of it during the scene where the streamer is in the trunk of the car and they're on a getaway or whatever. Apparently, that's Neon. I'm not really sure. It doesn't look like him, but it could be voiced by him. If that's him, that's a really cool to end up in a GTA game. So props to him and congrats to him. But I didn't observe or see much of that satire that I've come to know Rockstar to deliver. And I personally think that might be for the better. If you don't have the people in-house anymore that were known and capable and talented at writing up that satire, trying to force it would probably be detrimental to the overall experience of the game, right? So I saw and what I heard were much more mature takes on what Grand Theft Auto really is now in GTA 6. And I think for the purposes of the plot, character development, and just immersing yourself into that world, into Vice City, GTA 6 taking itself a little bit more seriously is going to pay dividends when it comes to us playing through that world and through that story. Those are pretty much the main takeaways that I got in watching the extended look from GTA 6. The game looks gorgeous. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun to play. It looks like they took all of the life simulating elements of GTA 5, all the activities and all the cool things that you can do on the side, and implemented that back into GTA 6 now at a much more refined and heightened level. I am excited not only to play the main game, but I am so curious to see how GTA Online comes out and how it rolls out and what it delivers. Because if they deliver, like I think and pretty much know that they will, I have a feeling that because of all the previous points I've already made, along with the world that they've built, the amount of stuff that you can do, I have a feeling. You think about whatever number you have in your mind that GTA 6 will sell in its first week. I think it's going to obliterate that. GTA 6, based off of what I saw, looks to me like it's everybody's Grand Theft Auto because there's something for everyone to do in this game. I can't wait to play it. There is a small part of me deep down inside that does regret selling my PS5 Pro only because now, having seen this, I wish I could play it from the start. But I also understand that my patience will pay off because I'll get to enjoy it on PC eventually. So, all of you out there on consoles, congratulations. Y'all are in for a phenomenal experience. I envy you and I'm happy for you. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? Did you like what you saw? Do you have any concerns? Do you feel like GTA is moving in a good direction now that the team is basically no longer the same exact crew or the same core leaders and creators and writers, right? I think not having Laszlo, I think we're going to feel that. Maybe, actually, maybe not. Because again, if they're not going into satire too heavily, maybe we won't feel his absence. His voice and his own radio station, of course, iconic, will be felt. But I want to hear what you think. Do you agree with anything I've said? Do you disagree with anything I've said? Sound off down below. Make sure you like the video. If you want more gaming content like this, I'm getting back on that now, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm here, I'm back. Make sure you watch this next video. And until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to one another. I'm going to go take some medicine and hopefully heal my voice. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.